Hey, this is Steve Sims, and something happened this week that actually got me thinking. Recently, we just heard the news of the death of Hugh Hefner, and I'm not going to say tragic death. He's 91 years old, and quite simply has led probably about 20 people's lifespans in the amount of life that he fit into 91 years. So good on you, boy. You didn't waste a second. Rest in peace and get the parties going up there. Now, this is what came to me. In early 2000 through to about 2011, Bluefish and myself were attending a lot of the Playboy Mansion parties. Now, this was pre-venue designation. There was a time when a Playboy party was actually hosted by Playboy, and then after about 2007, they started to rent out the location. So these became events at the Playboy Mansion, and I went to both of those. And I remember in probably about 2003, 2004, going to an actual event. And my wife came with me, and we're strolling around, and there's all the stories about these hedonistic orgies going on. That didn't happen. There was a lot of eye candy, and it was a beautiful place to strut and stare at the people and all the peacocking going on. But the bottom line of it is that they held this place really tight. You know, you could wander around parts of the house if you had the appropriate credentials or wristband, and you could go to the zoo and you could look around. It was a phenomenal location. It was an absolutely beautiful, wonderful place. And I remember as we were walking around, and as I say, this was my first time there actually. And we were heading to the grotto. Now, apart from the big fat fella with the beard, this is probably the most famous grotto in the planet. So we went along to it, and as we were heading towards it, I heard one of the big meatheads, one of the big bouncers, turning around to someone that was walking there, and they were out of sight, so I only heard this. And they said, "You don't swim in the grotto, mate." And it goes, "Oh." So we walked around the corner. I'm in conversation with my wife. We're walking towards the guys. And they started to say something, and I just turned around to Claire and was talking through, and we walked on through. And there was a lot of people walking around the grotto, and we got inside the grotto, and we're looking around, and we thought, you know, this is the grotto. Now, for any of you know me, or believe you know me, you could probably guess the next part of the story. And I thought to myself, would you possibly go to Paris and not look at the Eiffel Tower? Would you go to the White House and not go into the Oval Office? Would you go to London and not go to Buckingham Palace? Would you go to the Playboy Mansion and not swim in the grotto? So, within a kind of like a gnat's wink, I stripped off, I'm in the grotto, and I'm swimming around the grotto. And I just thought, you know, I'd had a couple of whiskeys, and I'm like, I'm in the grotto. You know, bucket list, tick, I'm in the grotto. And these two meatheads come in, not trying to work out whether or not it was worth the hassle and the fight and stuff like that. And they just started, "Oh, you know, gonna get out." So I'm still doing my laps, swimming around, doing my Phelps in the grotto. My wife's thankfully there, saving me a beating, going, "Look, you know, we're gonna get him out, and he's gonna go, and it'll be no problem." And I remember looking up and looking at all of the people that were stood there. Some of them actually taking pictures of my ugly ass in the grotto. But what I did notice was the amount of people that were in there thinking, why hadn't I done that? Now, I've always been born with FOMO, fear of missing out. And sometimes it's got me into places where quite simply it shouldn't have. And it was been, you know, sometimes those places have been a bit dangerous. But I've been in them, and I've grown from them. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to end up coming back here again. In my lifestyle, the business I have, I'm more than likely going to be back here. But what if I don't? Do I really want to leave it to chance that I'm never going to be back in this location again? See, I don't like to miss out. And if something's valuable to me, I want to experience it. Now, it made me realize this year with the death of Mr. Hef that quite simply, I could have missed out on that. Because I went many times after that, but the opportunity never presented itself where I was in the grotto, when I wasn't with clients, or I was with guests, or, you know, I was with maybe a VIP. The situation never arose. So I'm very thankful, while it may have been a very horrible vision for a lot of you out there, that I actually grasped that experience. So I'm asking you, don't wait. The second time won't come around. The next opportunity isn't there. The opportunity is now. Grasp it by the horns, experience it, do it, or you could miss out. Again, hats off to Mr. Hef. Thanks for partying. Thanks for living a damn life. All the best to you. And for all of you out there watching, grasp the opportunity. Don't let it pass you by. All the best. Bye.